Melissa, Stephanie, we're live. You guys, we're live. Where's Melissa?
Hi. I think she's getting product for us to finish these projects.
Melissa! We're live!
And if you're working on the cart, we got to drag that out here.
Oh, yeah.
But we're late, so.
We are late, but I have a really good excuse. You know my excuse, Stephanie?
I do. And it's a good one.
Yeah, I was awake until 4 o'clock this morning, finishing the video that just posted this morning that was supposed to post on Wednesday. Melissa, where have you been? We're live right now. We're live. What do you do?
I'm like coughing my head off in the bathroom. I can't help it. And I was looking for the new transfer.
Jamie's here. Jamie Ray.
Hey, Jamie.
So,
You got a squirrel in your throat?
yeah, like a big hairy squirrel.
Rosalinda says, fabulous video.
Thank you. Okay, so I thought that we have the cart from last week, and I'm gonna try and do the same technique that I did on the dresser that I just posted this morning. Are you making fun of me?
The watercolor?
No, I was just doing the tucking with your hands thing, so you didn't have to move and hit me in the face.
Oh, do I
Because
do
I'm
that?
in the front. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I'm gonna recreate the look that I just did on the dresser. So if you guys have any questions, we're live, and I'm just gonna do that whole spray bottle technique, blending, pouring, paint, controlled, whatever you want to call it, the watercolor look.
So we got to get that card out here for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get the cart.
Non-control.
Why don't you guys explain what you're gonna do while I'm getting the cart?
All right, Melissa.
All
go
right.
for it.
We are gonna paint this chair black, which you can't really see. So we started already painting it black with little black dress, and
I'm
because
afraid
we
to
never
move
get-
this. If I move it, it may, hold on, let me just do this. It may fall.
We never get to finish painting and get the transfer on and then put the top coat on, and everybody seems to be interested in how the top coat actually
This is the chair.
goes on and what we do. So don't get it too close to you because it's a little wet still. So we started painting without you guys, so you can actually see the finished product this time. Then we're gonna put the transfer, the fronds on there, the fern fronds.
I think that's what we decided, yeah.
Yeah. And generally, I wouldn't put them on the seat where you're gonna sit, but we're gonna seal it pretty well. We're probably gonna put 4 coats on the top.
4 coats
Okay.
of
Just
Sealer.
on the seat part. Yeah,
not of paint.
not a paint. So I am going to go find them.
This cart is super heavy. What the heck?
It is. I'm
Getting it up the little steps was like, I'm sweating now. So, do we have questions?
So our first question was, can you tell me how to make a barn? Hold on, where is it?
What's the question from? Oh my gosh, Melissa, it's coffee.
I'm trying to find it. Sorry.
Okay, I think I'm gonna use Bonet's Garden and Blue Iris and kind of do a blendy water spray situation on the top of the cart.
Can you tell me how to mix a barn red color?
A barn red color. You would just add I think you would just add maybe our layered chocolate to either one of the reds that we have. Is that what you would do?
Yeah, I like that idea,
Yeah.
but not a ton of the layer chocolate.
Yeah, whenever you are darkening a color, go really, really conservative, like the smallest amount, because the paint is so highly pigmented that you like literally like half of a teaspoon, depending on how much paint you want to make. Just mix it, test it, let it dry because it's going to dry lighter, put a top coat on it, and do some swatches until you get to the color that you like.
Okay, so let's see. Sorry, these are going quick, guys. I'm gonna try to get all of them, but could you please let me know what software you use for your videos for YouTube?
Software. I use Final Cut on my Mac computer.
Everyone loves your top. Where do you shop?
So here's a pro tip. The Anthropologie sale room. The best deals at Anthropologie are people who buy things. They buy it on the website and they pay full price. And then maybe they get it as a gift and then they go to return it. And so when they take the item that's returned, usually some time has gone by. And so then the item ends up in the sale room. And the items that are purchased online are usually the best sellers. Like, have you ever gone to Anthropologie and something's sold out? Like, they will put things on their website that never even hit the stores and they're really good, but they're expensive and they sell out like that.
I have a confession.
What?
I've never been to Anthropologie,
Oh my gosh. Don't go.
so I don't know.
It's not
dangerous.
the same store as it used to be years ago.
No, it isn't. It used to be better, but there's still, like, it's still my favorite store. So what I like to do is after the Christmas holiday, like, I went in there the day after Christmas and I saw this laundry pile full of returns.
Laundry pile?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was like a mountain of clothes, you know, everyone returning all their gifts that they didn't
Oh,
like.
I thought
they-
that they give you free laundry services if you bought their clothes. Just
They
brought it in
should.
and they could like
No.
dry clean it and wash it for
No.
you.
So-
Iron it.
I was in there looking at the after Christmas sales, and then when I saw the big mountain of all the returns, I'm like, I am coming back like tomorrow or the next day, because I know that the sale room is going to be filled with all the little gems that are just onesie twosies that are really good that you can't find in the store. And this top, it was $180 original price, and then it got marked down to like 70, and then they were having a 40% off sale.
Wow.
So that's how I got it. I don't know if it's on the website still, but it happened to be in my size, and I'm like, hot diggity. That's how I get a lot of good stuff.
How many different products have you used to fill the silicone mold, and what are they?
I have used the paper clay, and I've used the resin. I know that you can use hot glue, but I've never tried that. What have you guys tried?
I've
Paper
tried the
clay.
Sculpey.
You tried the Sculpey?
I've only used the clay, but I would love to start using, or at least trying, the resin. And I've heard people, actually Julie that works here, she uses hot glue, like from a hot glue gun. So
Yeah. Some people use it for baking.
baking, yeah, that's another good one. Let's see.
Yeah,
Hi,
they use it with
Gavin is here, and he is 10 years old.
Hey, Gavin.
Dion is his favorite artist, and since she used your paint, he got some of your paint and her sprayer for Christmas. And she is, or he, I'm sorry, is making his mom's furniture more pretty.
Gavin, what color did you get? Tell us the color. What do you tell us what you're painting? That's awesome.
So I am joined by a couple people who have never been to Anthropologie either.
Oh, you know what? If you've never been to Anthropologie, it's probably a good thing because it's very addictive. Like,
I'm gonna let you paint while I answer questions. They're
Okay.
going quick. So, where do you get your music? Second time around interiors wants to know.
so my music is when you post videos on, use the regular music like that you hear on the radio because you'll get a copyright strike. And
Oh, definitely don't use Jimmy Buffett.
like even when we go live in the store, yeah, I bet he would not like that. We have to turn off the music inside the store because if you can hear it in the background, even if it's a little snippet, YouTube will demonetize our video and even delete the video. So YouTube has a free music library, and all of that music is legal to use. And then there are some subscription services. There's one called Music Bed. There's another one called Epidemic Sound. There's more. But that's where I get my music, is from it's a paid subscription service library.
Second time around says she loves Anthropologie's hardware.
Oh yeah. You've never even walked inside
No.
one? Why not? Like, aren't you curious?
Is it in the mall? I don't really go to malls.
Well, unfortunately, the Anthropologie by my house is right next to the grocery store that I go to every week.
Oh, okay.
So that's part of my problem.
Rosalinda, she's just finished her very first piece. where does she post it? She's also in the YouTube group.
You would post it to your Instagram account if you have it, or your Facebook account. The only way that we can see it, because YouTube doesn't allow any links, hopefully they'll change that in the future, is to post it to your Instagram account and use the hashtag Team DIY or Debbie's Design Diary.
Jody says she's asked twice about the products to use, we use to fill the molds. I hope we answered that for you.
Yeah, we answered that, Jody.
Let's see. Gavin says he needs a purple, red wine, or maroon color. And how does he make that? Is he allowed to mix your paint together or not?
Yeah, you're allowed, and we have our new color. That's
Cherry picked, yeah.
Yeah, it's the color of Stephanie's hat. It's this deep purple burgundy wine, like the color of a deep purple wine. It's beautiful.
He's 10.
Elaine says she's tried painting the fabric of a chair, but the fabric was treated with some type of waterproof treatment. She painted over it and it hasn't absorbed well. Any advice?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if you can get the treatment off. It's probably creating a barrier between the fabric and the paint, and the only way to paint fabric is to get it to soak in like a dye. So if that treatment is creating a barrier, you would have to get rid of the barrier somehow.
How do you stop the paper clay from curling a bit?
You put it on the surface before it's dry. So if you take the clay out of the mold and just let it dry, just sitting on the counter, and think that you're going to go glue it to something later, it's going to curl up. So I either immediately, like if I wanted to put a mold around this edge, I would glue it down with the clay wet, and then I would put some painter's tape over it and let it dry that way. Or if you want to make a whole bunch of molds in advance, then make them, put them in a Ziploc bag, and put them in your freezer so that they don't dry out, and then you can use them later.
A lot of people haven't been to Anthropologie.
Oh my gosh, that's so ridiculous to me. Like,
oh, Susie, she asked, sorry Susie, she asked if you were able to paint concrete with the DIY paints.
yeah, I've done that. Definitely you can do that.
I painted, I want to say, I painted concrete, and it was a place that was in the sun all the time. And it kind of faded a little, and it turned pink from the clay. I mixed the marquee with the, what's it? I mixed the marquee with the cowgirl coral to make sort of a brick color, and it turned pink a little.
Why do you
So
think?
I don't know. I put a concrete sealer on it, so maybe I needed something with a UV protectant, or maybe it was just the sun bleaching. I don't know, or it took so long to absorb into the concrete fully that I had sealed it before it was fully dry.
Because concrete is really thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
Gavin wants to know if you can paint leather purses, and also will you tell him when Dion's going to be here, because he lives in California and his mom promises she's going to bring him to your shop.
Show him your leather cuff. We painted that.
Oh yeah,
It's leather.
this is leather, and Melissa painted this for me for Christmas.
What happened to the
Dion is gonna be here. Dion is gonna be here in June. She is coming to teach a class here next summer. I don't know the exact date, but if you go to her website, she might have it up already. I don't know if she's put the tickets up yet, but she will be here in June, right after. She's coming for the Rachel Hollis conference that we're going to, and then we're having the class that same time that she's out here. So I don't know when, but it's in June.
Sayla, I think her name is. She says, what would be the best colors to buy to use to mix and make more colors? She's painting on a budget. I'd say get your like primary
Whites.
colors,
Yeah.
like your whites,
Yeah.
red, blue, yellow, like any of those colors, and you can make.
Yeah, you can, like if you have white and black, you can take any color that you buy and make it lighter. Like you can take red and white and make pink.
Right. I feel like white, black, red, blue, and yellow. I feel like you can make just about any colors with those.
Yeah. Yeah, DIY paint is really easy to mix though. Very blendable.
Are the new water bottles refillable?
Yes.
Yes, you can refill it as many times as you like. I will say that it holds a whole lot of water, and for me, it's lasted. The water that I do put in there lasts longer than any other water bottle I have.
You guys, I don't know how good this is going to be because I've had 2 hours of sleep and it's looking bad right now. Oh, I am blending challenge.
You know what the cool
like
thing
I said
is
in the
though?
video.
DIY paint is it reactivates with water. So when this dries, if we don't like it, we can just reactivate it.
I'm
and-
already not liking it, Stephanie. What should I do?
Can you use DIY paint on a fireplace that has tile? Well, in your video, you did a lot of this.
I
So you put a
know.
lot of water on it, and then
Yeah. I'm going to do that again. So, we get a lot of questions about things like, can you paint, like you can see already this morning, we've had questions like, can you paint on leather? Can you paint on fabric? Can you paint on tile? Can you paint on concrete? All of those questions, this is how I like to answer it. I haven't tried everything. So whenever I make a video, I try and come up with something that I've never done before. And when I don't know if it's gonna work, like for example, with the video that I posted this morning, I went to Michael's, and you can buy those canvases, like a whole stack of them, 10 of them for $10. And so I took a little canvas and I practiced. I pretended like the canvas was the front of my dresser, and I went on Pinterest and I started looking at canvas art and watercolor art, and I made a little mini version of my dresser on the canvas to kind of get warmed up and see how it would work. Even better would be a scrap piece of wood, because the canvas is a different surface than the dresser. So with anything that you want to do with concrete or tile, get a scrap piece and play around with it and see what happens and experiment. That is how I figure everything out. That's how I figured out how to paint on velvet. That's basically how I do it. I always do like a trial run, because you never know. Like, we could tell you, oh yeah, you can paint on tile, but there's hundreds of different types of tile. And even with furniture comes with a history. So one dresser is going to have all kinds of things in the wood. Maybe it was painted before with a different product. It's kind of a surprise. You never know what you're going to get. So
yeah, great
Yeah.
answer. Joanne Boylan wants to know what the difference between the Big Top and the liquid patina is. The chandelier liquid patina.
you want to answer that one, Steph?
The difference is, I would say, the finish. So the Big Top is going to be more, got more of a sheen to it, and then the liquid patina is going to be a little bit more of a matte finish, similar to the wax finish. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the difference for me. Also, the liquid patina, I love to use as a decoupage. So instead of using, what is it, the Mod Podge,
Right.
I use the liquid patina to do some transferring of images, or like we did napkins on stuff for the holidays.
You can use it as the image transfer too. Like a transfer gel.
Yes.
I have a video showing how to do that.
Becca says her New Year goal is to get to your shop and get all her paints and IRD transfers she needs to do a dresser. She can't wait to make a day of it.
Oh, we can't wait for you to come, Becca. I love it.
Okay, so here's our chair. It's dried and painted all black with little black dress. I generally like to distress the pieces of furniture that I'm doing. So what do you think? Do you like
loving this.
distressing before you add any transfers? And what do you think about this chair? It has that nice dark wood underneath that you saw before we started.
I love it. Which transfer are you going to use? Did I already ask that?
Yes, we're gonna use the one with all of the fronds.
Oh, I have not used
It's called the Frond Botanical.
I know
you guys
you don't
used that?
like it, Debbie, but I think it actually looks really good.
It's starting to look better.
I think you should finger paint in it now.
No, I don't want to.
Okay,
Barbara
so
said
here's this
so does
big.
like Starry Night by Van Gogh.
It kind of does. It's different.
Okay, so there you go.
This is different than, like, this just goes back to what I was saying. It's not acting the same as my dresser because the card is made out of metal, so the paint isn't slipping around as much as it would on wood. So I'm just kind of experimenting with it. But I am spraying really hard to kind of bring the undercolor back up. But it's not as slip and slide as painting on wood. Okay, Melissa?
Okay, so did we get any comments? Would they like to see it distressed
Oh yes.
before we add?
Yes. People love a little wood showing through. Megan makes likes a little distressing. Becca B says she loves distressing.
Okay, I'm getting some distressing material. Oh, right over there. Debbie, where's this here? We need the, like these things.
Joanne says, can you add golden ticket to both? Yes, can.
To both what?
Big Tough and
yes.
Patina?
Yeah. I love I love Golden Ticket.
You used golden ticket on your latest project.
I did, and I experimented with that. I had put the Golden Ticket on before I put the wax on, and then after I had waxed it, I was like, oh, I need a little more Golden Ticket over here, so I put it on under the wax and over the wax. What are you doing, Melissa?
I'm distressing.
Before you put on the transfer?
And Andrea, thank you very much. She loves my hat and she loves your shirt, and she wants to know if anyone will be in Washington State this year.
Not as far as I know, but I used to live in Washington State,
Did
so
you?
someday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She lived where one of my best friends growing up lived.
That's right.
So Mary
that little tiny
Catherine thinks
town.
that this is looking like the paint pour technique you did.
It's starting to. It's taking longer because of the metal.
So now, if we were to put the heat gun on this would take on a whole nother.
Oh, we should try that. It will be loud though. I have to say, I love it when you take black and distress it and there's dark
To
wood
this dark
underneath.
wood,
That's
yeah.
my
So-
favorite too.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
And then once you put the top coat on, it's even better. It
Yeah.
shows up a lot more.
I think you're right. It's good to distress it first because you don't want to really rub the transfers too hard once you get them on. I can't wait to see those leaves on there.
Ruth Hooper is loving your shirt, but she's nervous with all this paint around it.
Well, okay, last week I was wearing this really cute sweater. Actually, I have it. It's right over there. And it's one of my favorite sweaters, and I got paint all over it. I worked at the store all day after the live was over. The paint totally dried on the sweater, and I just went home and I actually took this.
Reactivated it, yeah.
Yeah, I took the spray bottle and I sprayed it really good, and I just rubbed it together, and the paint came right out. So if you get to it, I don't know, within 24 hours.
Yeah, I've never had an issue actually. I got one of my favorite sweaters just like all down the side one day, and I was actually, it was even worse. I got IOD ink on it.
That's not good.
No, but it took a while, but it did come out.
Whoa.
But had it been DIY paint, it would have been a lot easier.
Yeah. I got paint on these jeans last week too.
You did.
Oh right, your new jeans.
That came right out.
All right.
You think I should add another color to this?
No,
I like the
I'm digging this.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
digging
starting
it.
to look kind of cool.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome when it dries.
And it's really what you wanted, like to go with the chippy.
Yeah. So
And another thing, like, you're not gonna shoot that with the hairdryer or the heat gun because it's gonna just blow the water and the paint in a different place.
Did you not
Are
watch
you?
the last
you
video?
didn't see the
Actually,
video.
no, I didn't. I
Oh.
didn't. I fell
You know-
asleep really early last night, and I
Well,
did not see it until
Melissa,
I was
we got a
in my
super
car, so I
chat.
couldn't.
Grambo, she
Thank
says,
you,
love you
Grambo.
girls, lunch.
Thank you.
Yay, lunch. Melissa, I don't know why you didn't see the video. I posted it at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Oh my
aren't
God.
you usually
I
like
am usually
laying,
up.
You're usually
But
laying
you know
tile.
what? Steve and I actually started going for walks down at the bay at night. And I come home and I'm just like, oh, I am
What time,
done.
right?
Yeah, because last night we got home at 9. And
Can you
but
pour golden
usually
ticket
I
on
had
this?
been.
I think that could look good. You know what? You know on New Year's Eve, guess what
What?
time I stayed up till?
What time?
How late did you guys stay up
8
on New Year's
p.m.
Eve?
I stayed up till 10, I think.
I stayed up until like 12:35. I mean, not 12:35, 11. So it was like right before 11:35.
You guys want to guess what time I was in bed?
7:30.
How did you? Oh my god! I totally was, and I was supposed to. My sister and my dad, like, they made steaks, and we were gonna watch a movie. And I've just been working so hard and trying to recover from being sick that I was supposed to be over there at 7. And I texted my sister at 6:30. I'm like, I've got my pajamas on. I'm going to bed. I can't do it. I'm just too tired. And even my neighbors had a big party, and it was a pajama party, and they invited me. I couldn't.
Oh my gosh, your
even-
neighbors had a pajama party?
Yeah,
They are so fun.
they are. But I just was not. I wasn't into it. I was just like tired.
Krista would like to know if you can tell her where she can buy your paint in Germany.
It's international, but we don't have any retailers in countries other than Canada and the United States because the laws are very, very strict about shipping liquids. It's not that our paint is chemicals. There's no chemicals in it. But whenever, when you go to the airport and all of your products that are liquid have to be under 4 ounces, because the paint is liquid, they just make it crazy impossible for us to ship big quantities of paint. So in order for us to provide paint to other countries, we would have to buy a warehouse, hire a crew, and do production in another country.
Get on it, Debbie.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
$1 million.
All right. How is the fireworks around you? Loud at night?
I was asleep.
So not too loud where you can't sleep.
Yeah. All right, I'm excited to see the transfer go on. Can we?
I think we're ready.
Do you use alcohol with the paint?
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
To make it dry faster. That's the only reason.
Lamia, are you asking like, is it in the paint ingredient or?
I know like people use alcohol ink
Like
for
alcohol
things.
ink, yeah.
I'm not really familiar, and I don't know. Like, are you asking if there's alcohol, or is there a technique that I don't know about with alcohol involved?
Or are you asking if we paint with tequila?
With tequila on board. I think that's it. Oh, that's good. Well, we gotta seal it and then do that.
So
Black is like a love-hate relationship with me and my hands.
you guys, you know what Rachel Hollis says, and a lot of like business coaches say?
What do you say?
What does she say?
She says that when you do something really hard, you should reward yourself because your subconscious will want to do that hard thing again because it will know, oh, I got a reward last time I did it. Kind of like a dog, when you tell it to sit, you give it a treat. And so that's one of the techniques that business coaches say is when you achieve a goal that was really hard, give yourself some kind of reward.
Oh, so that's when we buy lunch with all of the money that you super chat us.
Yeah, well, this isn't that hard. Like, this is fun. But posting my video, 40 hours, up till 4 o'clock in the morning editing. I edited, like, from 8 o'clock yesterday morning until 3 o'clock in the morning. So all day with very few breaks. So I'm like, okay, what's my reward going to be? Because that was really hard.
A new pair of shoes.
No, well, that's a good reward, but I have another reward in mind. You guys want to guess what it is?
You're microneedling.
Yes, I got this pen. It's like a needling pen, and you go across your face with it, and it creates blood all over your face, but it's supposed to.
Because that sounds like a super great, encouraging reward.
I think it will be because it's supposed to create collagen and get rid of fine lines. And I'm in this Facebook group where all these women it's like a DIY, like
It's like a DIY, the
DIY
bloody
your
all over your
face
face.
group.
Is it for people who just regular people who don't know how to do it?
No, it's for women who don't want to spend like the full price to get Botox or get these other treatments. So there are women in this group who are injecting their own faces with fillers and Botox.
Are these women in denial
But
that
is
they
it
actually
made
get
for
all of
just
that
regular
stuff when they
people
get
and not
older?
doctors? Is it made for regular people to be
Are you
using
doing
it?
the seat?
What?
I know you.
This
I don't
Say
know
that
what
you're
they're doing.
They're
Oh,
gonna
you know
complain
what?
that
I
we're
don't
all
know.
talking at once. We always get those complaints. Julie's asking the question, is my microneedling device made for the regular consumer or is it like a esthetician's device?
Yes.
It's a professional grade strength. Like you can use those rollers that you just roll. But
Okay.
this is stronger, but people do it. It's like a common thing that people do. The pen costs $200 and then another $100 for all the.
Sounds scary.
It's kind of scary, but I'm gonna do it. I'm excited to do it, and people have been asking me to make a video on it. I don't know that, like, I think a lot of people who watch my channel would be like, what the heck? Let me know if you want me to make a video.
I think you are beautiful and you don't need it, but
I am excited to do it though. Like, I just want, like, it gets rid of like all the little lines and it tightens your skin. So I'm just.
so Ruth Hooper says alcohol will separate the paint and make an awesome effect. You can
Oh.
drip it on or spritz it on with wet paint, so like in a spray bottle.
Well, that sounds like something that we should try. What kind of alcohol do you use for that? Is there a certain kind, or is it just rubbing alcohol?
Becca says you can practice on her face.
No,
Lisa
I don't wanna-
Stevens says don't do it.
I don't want to be responsible for anybody's face. I am not a professional. I am willing to guinea pig my own face, but no way. That would be really bad if you messed up someone else's face.
Okay, so I'm gonna seal the chair
Just
now before we
rubbing
put the
alcohol.
Just right
transfer on with our big top sealer. I'm just gonna do one coat.
Denatured alcohol.
denatured alcohol.
Last week you mentioned you would add the lady who makes the ceramic brush bowls. Will you please tell me who that is that makes them, please?
I put it in the description box of last week's video. Her name is Abigail. I can't remember her exact business name, but I did put a link to her. So if you go to last week's video, it's right there.
Lisa says you and her are the same age and she can say that you do not need that. And Tiffany Johnson says she loves doing that to her face and she has the roller kit.
Oh. I don't think it's a matter of do you need it. It's do you want to do it? And I think that, like, do we need anything? Do we need to wear earrings? Do we need to put makeup on? Do we need...
Taylor Maid says you are so DIY that you are doing DIY facelifts now.
I know. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm going to do it tonight. You're only supposed to do it once a month because if you do it too much, instead of building the collagen, it can destroy it. So I'm going to do it on my own tonight. And then if I like it and I feel confident, I may do like probably just a live because I don't know that that would be worth editing a video for.
So then what's the healing time on the...
You're not supposed to wear any, so the big risk with it is it's a bunch of fine gauge needles, right? So you're poking your face. And the reason why I paid for the pen is because after you're done using it, you just throw the cartridge in the trash, where with those microneedlers, you soak it in alcohol and you run a risk of infection because it's a needle.
Leanne
So-
says there is no link. She's checked and
In the community?
maybe
No,
we
it's
can
in
add
the-
it again on this video.
No, I did add it. I know for sure that I did. You might have to scroll down. It's the live video from last Friday when we showed the bowl. If you're on Facebook or another page, or maybe from your phone you can't see it, but you hit the description box, and I think it's at the very bottom because I added it after I got home.
Okay, so Elizabeth Anderson, and this is my concern, so I'm going to read it out loud. You have her full attention now. She's a mama hen, and she doesn't want to be negative Nancy, but if you are breaking your skin, you are risking infection. So please be careful. You are so beautiful.
I've watched a bunch of videos on it, and I'm a risk taker, so I will be very careful. I watched this esthetician show you how to do it, and she went through all the things that you need. You have to wear gloves, you need sterile pads, you need these sponges to clean your face really good, you need this conducting gel so that the needles slide across and don't rip your skin apart, and I am gonna follow it to a T. So I bought everything. It all came from Amazon.
Becky wants to know, top coat application, what is better, using a foam brush or a synthetic? Marissa.
I really like the synthetic brushes. I just feel like they give me less brush strokes. They're easier for me to clean, and I think that with everybody, it's a personal preference. But I'm using a synthetic brush.
I love our synthetic brushes. I've heard.
Abby's saying that the link is in last Friday's live, so.
Yeah, it's there.
Leanne, it is there. Just, what is it? She said it's the last link that's posted.
Yeah. Is that Abby the one?
Abby Delamont.
Oh, so.
She's saying it is there.
Okay, because Abigail is the one who actually makes them, so I thought maybe it was the maker of the brush bowls.
No.
If it was, she could post the link.
Terry's here. Good morning, Terry. She says hello
morning.
to all of us. Terry Hirschman.
Hey, Terry.
Do you have a good dermatologist standing by? Sue Windsor wants to know.
I have a dermatologist, and I really like him because he, a lot of times I'll go to him and I'll ask him to do something to my face, and he'll say, no, I'm not going to do that because you'll look fake. Like, I've been wanting to get cheek filler, and he won't let me. He's like, no, I'm not going to give it to you.
He's so stingy.
So I like him because he's more of a, he doesn't want to make people look crazy, but I tend to like.
Yeah, he doesn't want his name attached to that crazy face.
I know, but I kind of like, my whole approach to the DIY in your face is like, with DIY with the furniture, I'm always trying to try these new things that nobody's ever done and do a twist on it, and it's like, what if this happened? What will the result be? So for me, it's kind of like that with my face. It's like I'm always interested in what the latest thing is, and does it work, and why would it work, and I'm just really curious about it.
So do you think that next year you're gonna have a manufacturer make your own microneedling thing, and we'll be selling that online?
No.
Sandra Buckner is here. She says she is trying the watercolor method from your video.
Oh, good.
Right now? What colors are you using?
You know
She
what
did not mention if it was right now.
It would be kind of fun to do like a paint along, like tell people in advance,
Yeah, that was.
this is what we're going to be making next week, get your supplies together, and we can like paint together via the internet. Would that be kind of fun?
Grambo says she's a great grandma. She uses dry brushing with a boar brush, and she does derma rolling and facial exercises. It works, and no one believes she's 73.
Get out. You do the facial exercises? That makes sense to
What
me.
is the facial exercises? I saw on, I don't know if any of you watch Shark Tank.
I do. I like that
Okay.
show.
Well, there was a woman on there from, I want to say she was from Japan, and she was trying to sell her videos of facial yoga.
Oh,
Did you see her?
I know her.
You know her?
Well, I mean, I follow her. She has like the
Does
face
she?
yoga method,
Yes.
and she's this cute little Asian, and
Yes.
her skin looks amazing. Yes, so the whole philosophy I'm fascinated with this whole thing. The philosophy behind face yoga or facial exercises is, like we all have muscles in our body, and you can go to the gym and get rid of the what do you call this? The bat wings.
Yeah.
So we have muscles in our face, And there are people who study the facial muscular structure, and there are exercises that you can do to lift up your face. And there are crazy exercises like you take your tongue and you press it to the roof of your mouth, and you like.
Yeah.
I was doing them for a while, but one of them is where you take your fingers and you go like this with your forehead, or wait,
Your face.
you like pull your skin back and you like
Oh,
flex
try
your forehead, and you can feel the muscle on the back of your neck, and it like gets rid of the forehead line. But there's all kinds of exercises.
So a lot of people are saying they would love to do a paint along.
They're like, change the subject, Debbie.
No, I'm just trying to get everybody's comments read if I can. There's a book on Amazon called Facercise.
Yeah, there's lots. I even bought on Amazon this little plastic device.
Oh, for your mouth.
Yeah, it's like a weightlifting for your, like a dumbbell for your mouth, and it's all spring loaded, and you go back and forth and you push it in and out, and it's supposed to build up, and it did hurt my face.
So Betty Owl,
No
thank
pain,
you.
no
Thank
gain.
you for translating. She's translated for Lamia. She's wanting to know if you sprayed the table with alcohol to get this effect.
No, it's just water, because DIY paint is so heavily pigmented that if you go to the video that I posted this morning, you can water it down 10 to 1 or even more. Like, I feel like it's really watered down, and you still get this pigmentation, and you can get all of this blending of color with just the spray bottle. So that's what we're doing.
She's Sandra, who's doing your watercolor painting. She's adding blues and greens right now, but she wants to add a brighter color. So what do you suggest?
Yellow.
Which will make it a different green.
But if you add the yellow, I would say wait for the blue and green to dry completely, because the yellow will blend with the blue and green and turn into green. So I did that in another video, the one about my friend Ali. It was a similar technique, and I wanted to add yellow, but I waited for the other colors to dry completely, and then I added the yellow and sprayed it down so it would blend, but some it like blended in, and some of it turned green on the edges, but there was still the true yellow in there.
And Fraser Barrett wants to know if you could dehydrate your paint to ship it out of country.
I don't know.
Well, we have been talking about collecting all the dust after sanding.
Yeah. You know, that would be an interesting thing to explore.
It's
Or
kind
you
of
can
like
sell-
baby formula.
Sell dry paint pigment and sell that in other countries to mix with paint.
Yeah. I want to do an experiment. I'm going to I'm going to pour some paint out and let it dry completely, and then I'm going to pulverize it into powder, and then add water to it and see if it's the same. Like, I've done that before to like just get rid of the, not waste the paint that dries up around the edge of the can, but I don't know like if it would compromise the quality. But it's worth trying. Could be a genius idea.
So Melissa's taking the chair off to the side so she can dry it without being too noisy. That's the heat gun. We purchased that where?
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight for like $10 maybe?
It's usually like 15, but always on sale for 8.
Stephanie, have you ever been to Harbor Freight?
Yes, I have been to Harbor Freight. Multiple times. Just not Anthropologie, but I feel like I need to make a trip.
Oh, you would.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's just too dangerous.
Don't get mad at me.
So Anthropologie, I don't even know anything about it. So it's clothes and housewares? Is that?
Yeah,
Okay.
clothes and housewares, mostly clothing and jewelry. But it's just, it's more unique clothing, I guess. I feel like Anthropologie used to be better. It used to be more of a vintage style, and there were more details in the clothes, and now there's, like, I go in Anthropologie and there's a lot of stuff I don't like, but there is a lot of stuff I do like. Where I used to go in there and I liked everything. Maybe my taste has just changed. Did you guys see the desk that Stephanie painted? It's on her Facebook page. If you go to the description box, there's a link to Stephanie's Facebook page and Melissa's. She just posted this beautiful desk. I shared it to my Instagram.
Thank you.
Can you kind of describe? It's so unique and very, like, I would have never thought of that. I saw it and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? It's just very, very unique. So tell us what you did.
I don't know how unique it is, but I did a little bit of color blocking, if you will, and I custom mixed a color, like a kind of a custom teal with 4 DIY paint colors, I think it was. It was Bohemian Blue, Sea Glass, Monet's Garden, and Tarnished Pearl.
Oh.
And then I used like a gray, I used what is it? The gravel road on the body with a little bit of tarnished pearl. And then I think what really brought it to another level was the transfer from IOD. So I just kind of cut it up and pieced it on the piece of furniture in a way that just was pleasing to my eye, and that was it.
What made you get the idea to make the leg, just those little legs at the bottom, blue?
I don't know how I get to these decisions, but they just I felt like they needed to pop. They were like sexy. They were sexy legs.
Like they were just this little unexpected.
Needed them to be something that popped, something that was different from the rest of the body. But then I had to tie the legs back into it, so that's why I did the top the same color.
Oh, you did do the top the same color?
Yeah, it's hard to tell in that photo, but yeah, so yeah, I did the top of the piece the same color as the legs, and I think that's what helped tie it all together. And I just really loved the way that the transfers, it all worked out. Yeah.
Stephanie has it on her Facebook page. I have it on my Instagram page, and it's actually in her truck right now. So we're gonna put it out front. If you guys are interested in buying it, you can call the store, and you can ship it.
Totally.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. Like that thing is one of the prettiest pieces. Next week's video,
They're calling the store right now.
I'm going to do my top 10 favorite pieces of furniture for 2019 next Wednesday.
Yay!
So
I can't wait for that one.
Your piece is going in. I love that piece.
Somebody asked me what I would use this cart for. Personally, I see it as like, well, now the shape that it's taking. Originally, I thought it would be like a really cute, like little coffee cart, and it probably still would be in my house because I like all these bright, funky colors. But what else could you use it for, guys?
I would, if I owned it, I would put it out on my patio and put plants on it, and maybe my watering can, and just use it as like a little gardening cart.
A gardening cart, that would be really cool. Sandra, the chair right now is little black dress, and it is distressed back, and we're about to, or Melissa anyways, or I can help, is we're about to put a transfer on it. We're going to use the Frond Botanical, is that what it is?
Yes.
Let's get that transfer.
I actually love this idea for like a front porch with the plants on it.
Yeah.
Who said that? Who said that?
It could be like a craft room cart or a paint cart, and you could put like crates in it with all of your paints and all of your supplies, because
I have always wanted a cart like this for that, although the finish is too pretty now to use it in my shop space.
yeah. Or, you know what else it's really good for is if you have like a desk and you have your printer and your printer paper, you know how you're always like needing to pull it out and plug it in.
That's good.
You could put your printer on it. It could be like your little side to your desk. Like it always calls during the live.
Thank you everybody who's saying that they love the desk. I really appreciate that.
Oh, are they looking at it?
Yeah.
We'll
and
post
then,
a picture of it in the community tab too.
Who was it? I'm sorry. Harriet, you can find the link to my page and the link to Melissa's page. I believe you put those in the
Yeah, they're in the
show
description.
notes.
The
Or
show
the
notes.
description, whatever you call
Yeah.
that.
So you click the little down arrow and there's all the links. Stephanie's page is there, Melissa's page is there. Can they see what you're doing, Melissa? Oh yeah, I guess they can. That's gonna be so pretty.
Do you have another stick?
Make it look like the leaves are kind of growing on the chair, like wrapping around, like how vines actually grow.
And thank you for the comments on the sugar skull nightstand or dresser nightstand thing. That was a very special piece for me, so I appreciate the love.
Yes. It's hard to get the.
Especially when you're wearing such a beautiful top.
I'm not worried about the top. I'm really not.
Can you use this paint over latex? Over latex primer?
I have painted over almost every kind of thing. You just don't know how it's going to react. So you can paint over latex. I've painted over the latex that's really thick and rubbery. It's pretty hard. Like once a piece of furniture has that, like almost like a rubber glove texture to it, you can paint over it, but sometimes it's really hard to disguise that rubberiness underneath. Because DIY paint is natural, so it picks up texture. So if you have like a latex rubbery weirdness underneath,
What?
it's gonna show through like a panty
My
line.
paint is coming off, but it's coming off where there wasn't even.
Have you guys ever had that panty line situation going on with your furniture?
What is that?
Where you make a hard line in the.
Well, like because
the
DIY paint will pick up any texture underneath because it's clay. Like if you have like a weird latex finish underneath, it can show through like a panty line. Have you ever seen that happen?
I feel like I need to see a picture of what you're referring to.
I think that happens with a lot of paint, like especially on
Yeah.
the wall. If you're not fixing all of the little iniquity things on the wall before you put your paint on, you're still gonna get like that big bump there.
LC says if she ever gets good enough, she may have to copy that idea stuff. She wanted to make something with that image. I don't feel like it's copying. I feel like if I inspired something in you, that makes me feel really good. So yes, go for it.
And you know how you get good enough? What's her name?
LC.
Elsie. You know how you get good enough? By doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I had an acting coach, and he used to say that if you want to become an Olympian, an athlete, like say you want to become an Olympic skier, you don't get good at it by reading books or watching other people do it. You have to actually do it. So that's how you get good, is by trial and error.
Susan Norton wants to know if this is the lime green rusty cart.
Yes, it is. I ran out of water in that one, so switch to this one. I think I might have put too much paint on the bottom. But can you guys tell that I've had 2 hours of sleep?
No, I can't. You're gorgeous.
What about my mental condition?
You're mental.
Am I acting kind of weird?
No, I don't think so.
Would you tell me if I was? No.
Katie Lynn wants to know if you can do a show on panty lines so that she can see what you mean.
Show on panty lines?
Will Big Top be better to coat over her, or Paint Dance Live wants to know, will Big Top be better to coat over her kitty's bowl tray or liquid patina? I would say Big Top just because it's more durable. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I would think. Big Top is more durable. Although sometimes I argue that wax is more durable because it resists the water. If you put several coats of wax on, sometimes I feel like that works better than Big Top. I don't know. I guess it would depend on what the tray is made of, too.
Yeah.
Hope I'm not getting paint on you.
No, you're good.
All right, well,
We are at 11:43.
okay, we got 15 minutes left. What other questions can we answer for you guys? Did you, What did you think of my story that I told? That's a story that's one of my most requested stories, and every time someone asked me to tell it, I was like, I was seriously thinking that I was gonna wait for people to die before I told that story. I wanted to tell, like, there's so much more to it, there's so much more drama and so many other crazy things. Like, I watered it down way a lot.
Lolly says she was up when you posted it.
I know, I think you were the first commenter. I think you said first, and I'm like, who is awake at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Jennifer Dunn says she just got here. She loves your video. She loves my hat. And Melissa, gluten is her devil too.
Oh,
You are brave. I love the story and how you didn't give up. Tiganique says. Rosalinda says you are brave. Sandra Buckner wants to know what's the transfer, Melissa.
It's the Franz Botanical. I'm gonna
Give me a piece.
show you that.
Or bring it here and I'll cut.
Ooh, some of it's dripping off down to the bottom.
It looks
layer.
like this.
You guys, you can't see what's going on at the bottom, but it's good. I'll have to post a picture later.
The cart matches your blouse.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna leave this alone and help you guys with.
Debbie, did you patent your formula? I love your story and you be inspiring others to stay the course.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this isn't half bad. It's looking kind of leafy green.
Jennifer Dunn, you epitomize grit.
Oh, you
These
know,
are going so fast.
I don't feel like I epitomize grit. Here's what I feel like. When you're hungry and you gotta feed yourself and you have, in this case, my dog, my golden retriever, who's not with me anymore, you got a mouth to feed, you just do what you gotta do. Like, I feel like God puts us in positions to show us that we're stronger than we think we are, but I would never, like, I'm not one to tend to go after situations that require a lot of courage. I really have to push myself to do those things, but God, like, plops me down in situations. And
So
it's
many
sink or
people are
swim.
just commenting on how amazing the story was and thanking you for all that you bring.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad it was inspiring. That's why I told it, because I wanted to inspire.
What kind of paint do you use to hold on the IOD molds in place so that it doesn't pull the paint off?
Painter's tape.
Just painter's tape.
Yeah. Just painter's tape.
Katie Lynn, she wants to know if she tuned in too late for the story. It is on her latest edited video that she posted this morning. Sorry, I'm like hijacking and you cutting.
You want me to read?
Sure, I'd love to work a little.
Sorry.
Have we had any trolls? Do we have our troll?
We
patrol?
did have some trolls, and the troll police, thank you, have been taking care of it all.
Who are our troll police today?
Susan how do you say her last name?
Susan Boucher.
Boucher.
Susan, are you on troll patrol? Thank you.
Is on troll patrol.
Thank you.
I'm not sure where I'm going here.
Hey, I feel like this. I keep feeling it's done, and then I keep doing it.
Will the transfers be sealed with wax?
Wax or big top? Probably big top. Being that it's a chair, it's probably going to get a lot of use. So, oops, sorry, babe. And big top is the more durable finish that we have, so we'll probably go with that.
I don't know if this was already read when I just logged on. Brenda said your story really inspires me at this stage of my life. Becoming an empty nester, artist in the making, and so much more.
Oh, I'm glad it inspired you, Brenda. That's why I finally decided to tell it. There is really a lot of drama to it, and a lot of crazy things that happened that I didn't get into, and I really wanted to tell the story because I feel like in life so many times you go through really hard things and you're like, why is this happening to me? What is going on? Why this isn't fair? This sucks. But then you get to a place where you look back and you see that it was all for a reason. So if I hadn't gone through all of those things, I wouldn't have the perspective that I have. So
Jennifer wants to know if you think the watercolor technique or the dye are easier or the same. Similar results, question mark.
watercolor versus dye.
That like the paint pour?
The watercolor technique or the tie-dye thing that you're doing now. Watercolor technique.
They're very similar. The tie-dye technique, I think it may be easier to do, but you have more control over the watercolor technique because you can manipulate it. It's more of a controlled paint pour, where the tie-dye is kind of the results will most likely come out really good, but it's like a paint pour. You don't really know what's going to happen. You just kind of have to let it do its thing. So it just depends, I guess, on your personality and if you're more wanting to control the results or if you're just more concerned with starting something and getting your toes in the water with something that's easier. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. That's what.
Definitely.
You guys haven't done either one, have you?
I really do want to do the paint pour sometime.
Do we have another plastic stick?
Inside.
Denise wants to know if you ever take us through your shop on the lives.
We did. Remember?
Yes, I do remember. She did.
Maybe we should do that again soon.
We should.
Ooh, where did it go?
We do. We're getting ready for a new revamp in the store, so maybe that'll be the best time.
Gavin wants to know, what is Mod Podge? Mod Podge is a
It's like a gluey substance.
it is, and it helps you transfer images onto surfaces.
Onto surfaces. Or you can mix it with paint and put it on fabrics.
Yep.
There's so many different types of it now.
Yeah.
Hey Debbie, was your store called Mermaid Mercantile at one time?
Mermaid Mercantile was an event that we used to have at the store once a month, and vendors would come and set up in the garden area. We would have 20 to 30 vendors. Melissa was a vendor.
I was a vendor. It was super fun.
And it was like a monthly artist flea market type of sale. But we don't do that anymore.
Looks like people really want to see a store tour. Store tour.
A star tour? A
store tour.
Disneyland?
A tour. I have trouble with that word.
Tour.
Tour.
For sure on the store tour.
Do you think it's ever too late to start a painted furniture business? I'm 50 and just starting out.
You're younger than me, so no. I don't think 50 is that old.
No, I agree.
I used to
You're
think
like
it
in
was
the
super
prime
old,
of your life.
but not
50.
anymore.
No.
And then, how easy was it for you to say 50? Because I never feel like I'm 50, because I always had it in my head that 50 was like old and decrepit and stuff. But now that I'm 50, I'm like,
You know what's traumatic
how
for me
old?
was
am I?
38. I cried.
Oh.
I cried when I turned 38. I remember going, just bursting out in tears and saying to my husband, I don't want to die. Because it was that age where everybody starts getting,
You're like, oh, I'm over the hill
and
now.
then once I
I'm at
turned
the top of the
38,
hill.
I just kind of like embraced it. I was like, you know what? This is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm 38.
Yeah.
I remember 38 too, really vividly, because I was photographed for this article in Marie Claire magazine called Why Am I Still Single? And so they gave me, they told me that they were going to send me to LA and do this photo shoot. they interviewed me, so I had like 6 months to get ready for the photo shoot. So of course I like went to the gym every day, and I worked out, and like back then I wasn't lifting weights, so I was just trying to get in like the best shape for this magazine article. And I went on a diet, I lost 10 pounds, I got my hair done, and then there were all these designer clothes, and they put me in these shoes
Oh
that
my
were
gosh, how cool.
so high that I couldn't walk in. And then a professional makeup guy did my makeup, and I remember after that, it was my 38th birthday that I had the photo shoot, and I remember thinking to myself, I will never look this good again. It's all downhill from here. And I remember being really depressed about being 38. I'm like, this is it. This is it. Like, this is the peak, and everything's going down.
I don't know.
Except
Life has
no,
gotten
it's not
good
true. I was
since
totally
38.
delusional.
I think the best years are. You get.
I'm nervous because I feel like I've not even like started what I want to do in my life.
You've
and I'm
got
already
so much
and I'm
many
already
years
so
ahead
old.
of you, though.
Yeah.
And the older you get, the braver and
My-
more comfortable in your skin, and
Yeah, my
just
50s, like,
become happier.
definitely as far as, like, finances go and adventure, like, my 50s have been the best years of my life as far as all of, do I have paint on my face?
no, you have like a little something on your lip, like a there is off.
Definitely the best years of my life. I've gone to France this year. I've traveled more than I've ever traveled. I don't have to worry about money so much. Like, when you're younger, yeah, you look better and maybe you have more energy, but you get to about 50 and it seems like things get a little easier and you can afford to do some of the things that you couldn't afford to do.
I like this. Teganique says, "Don't begrudge getting old. It's a privilege denied to many."
Yeah,
Yes,
I agree.
absolutely.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't begrudge it, but I am like going back to the microneedling. Like, it's in my nature to want to make things look good. I love transformation. That's why I love transforming furniture, because I like taking something and bringing it out to its fullest potential. So it's just a natural thing for me to want to jack up my face with all kinds of.
I'm 71 and I started painting furniture last year. It's
Go,
so much fun.
Sandra!
I don't
That's
sell
awesome.
much, but who knows? Maybe I'll be Grandma Moses. That's awesome, Sandra.
Yes.
You
I
go,
love
girl.
that.
We need to connect somehow.
I don't even think 71 is that
It's
old.
not.
This is looking so freaking pretty, you guys.
Oh my gosh, I have a genius idea. I gotta show you the back. Okay, this chair is awesome. It's super sturdy, but whoever the manufacturer was must have had a knot right here in the back, and it actually eventually came out. So look at this one. It still has like the little root attached, and I'm going to stick it right down into that little knot that fell out of the back of the chair. So it looks like it's actually growing out of there. And hopefully it didn't stick to itself when it hit the ground.
That's such a good idea. I was wondering what happened back there with that. I saw the smoke come out. You could wet an old toothbrush, dip it in paint, and run your finger through the bristles. It spatters paint and looks like stars. Oh, I am gonna try that because I was at my Orange Theory gym. She came to the gym with these black leggings, and they had gold glitter on the bottom of your foot, and it looked like it was sprinkled, but it got lighter and lighter as it crawled up the leg. And I'm like, ooh, that would be a good furniture technique. But how would you get the golden ticket to look all splattery? So Lolly. Okay, I don't want to get your name wrong, but your comment went by. I think it's Lolly said, wet an old toothbrush, dip it in paint, run your finger across the bristles, and it splatters paint like stars. I'm going to try it.
Me too. Katie, oh wait.
This chair is so pretty, I want to
Take
own
it
it.
home.
Yeah, but I don't have any room in my house.
Ordering paint. Katie Lynn says she's ordering paint today. What color should I paint my buffet? 50 years old from my family. My answer is whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
Whatever's
Yeah.
going to make you happy when you walk in and look at your buffet.
That's it.
I like to go to Pinterest, and what I will do is I'll go to Pinterest and I'll just start pinning things that like make my heart race a little bit, and then I'll just pin without thinking about it too much, and then I'll go back and I'll look at the whole board and I'll be like, oh, I tend to like these colors, I tend to like this, and like there's a subconscious thing that appeals to you, and then I make my decisions from it. Where are the scissors? Are they over here? Okay, I think we are running to the end of our time here.
It is 11:59.
30. Yeah, we went overtime, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what time we started because we were a little late.
Oh
but
yeah, we were. I think we're a little overtime.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. So we are going to. Oh no, it's low battery. So that is.
Oh,
that's
so
a sign
that's
right
our-
there. Yeah.
our-
We're gonna finish the chair and post it to the community tab along with Stephanie's desk. And you can see the before and the after because we took a before, and that will eventually be the thumbnail as well. So thank you all.
Dark-eyed Requiem would love a hello.
Dark-eyed Requiem. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
All right. Before we leave, I just wanted to make sure we got her in,
Awesome.
or him, whoever that is.
If you guys have not watched the video that I posted this morning, I worked really hard on it. It's the story of how I started my paint line, and just go to the video tab on my channel. It will be the second video down because this one is the latest one. Please watch it and share it. I would so appreciate it. I worked really hard on it, and I think it's pretty good. Did you see it, Julie?
I haven't seen it yet.
No. Get out.
I know. I mean, I have seen it.
That was the first thing I did when my phone dinged because I got an announcement that Debbie made a video at 4 a.m.
Yeah. I literally.
Yeah, I'm like this. Oh, my phone dinged.
all
Honey, wake up. We have to watch Debbie's
I
video.
actually woke up early this morning. I
Carol-
tried to because my ears were hurting. And I was going to go to urgent care, but then I woke up and they felt better, so I went back to sleep. That's why I didn't get to your
no.
video.
Maybe your
Carol,
ears were burning because Debbie was going, I wonder if Julie's going to
That-
watch my
that's
video
probably
right
it.
now.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
Tattooed wife, hello. They want to make sure that you post the back of this chair.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so this is what it looks like on.
Oh my gosh, that's so perfect, Melissa. Look at that. That is
Oh, sorry.
genius.
Did I
No,
just get paint
you-
all over my
A
butt?
little tiny dab on your pocket.
Just a
a dab.
Well,
You
I'm
know
just
what would
gonna
be
have
so
to finish
cute
that up.
is if we made, like, if we had a little caterpillar made out of clay or something, just right here, like it was eating the hole in the chair.
oh yeah, that'll be funny. There's one of those fronds over there that's curled up like before they start to open that kind of looks like a caterpillar. That maybe you could
Melissa's
do.
always coming up with these really off the wall ideas, and then when I do it, she rolls her eyes at me.
All right.
I only roll my eyes because it's like probably something I've already said to her, and she's like, "No, that's terrible." But look at these. Before
Oh,
they
they
open,
do.
they're all curled up, and this one is.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Okay, you guys, be sure and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. It helps me keep making videos because YouTube doesn't necessarily like it when you go live.
Right.
And comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. If you want to order any of the products that we use today, the link is below.
Yes.
And
And
Thank
call.
you so much for being here.
yeah,
right.
And go find Melissa and Stephanie's Facebook page and Julie's and follow them because they are all amazing artists, like better than me in a lot of ways.
Thank you.
Different. We're all different.
We're all different.
We all have our own
We all
strengths.
complement each other.
But I would love it if you would follow my peeps. Have a great
Yeah.
weekend. I will see you on Wednesday with my top 10 furniture
Right.
picks for 2019.
And Happy New Year to
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
See you next
Happy New
week.
Year.
Bye.
Let us know in the comments what your New
Okay.
Year's resolutions is.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, y'all.